guys, so before this video starts, I just want to say that I have a Discord server, link in the description by the way, and I would greatly appreciate it if you join the server. I'm currently trying to make it a more active and fun place for all, so it would mean a lot to me if you join the server. We'll also be giving away a special subscriber role to anyone who is subscribed to my channel and can provide proof to a moderator or myself upon joining the server. So yeah, it's a pretty nice server. I highly recommend you join it, and yeah, it would mean a lot to me. Take care and enjoy the rest of the video. Hello everyone, welcome back to another video, and today I'm going to show you guys how to make a Discord server and all the basics that come with it. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoy. Let's get right in. So the first thing you're going to want to do when making a server is obviously, make it. So let's go ahead and create a server. It can be called whatever you want. We'll stick with the name that Discord has given me, and you can also upload a picture if you'd like as well, but I'm going to keep the standard image for the sake of this tutorial. So you're going to want to go ahead and click create, and bam, there we go, it made the server. You can start inviting your friends now. It'll actually prompt you to do that as well, but you don't have to invite friends right now. Go ahead and wait a while for that. So when you first make a server, you will see two categories. You have text channels and voice channels, and one channel in each category. You have a general for voice and you have a general for text. What I recommend doing first is probably changing and reorganizing these channels and categories more to your liking. So say I wanted voice channels to change to audio channels. You right click on voice channels right here, click edit category, and I can add the name of it. So we're going to change voice channels to audio channels. Oh, my bad. Audio channels. As see, boom, audio channels. You can also change the name of channels inside the category. So if I wanted this to not be general, if I wanted this to be radio, click save changes, and boom, we have radio channel. Same with text channels as well. You can do this with any category or channel. You can always just right click them and click on edit channel, or in case categories, edit category, and you can change certain properties of the channels. So now you can go over to the right side of the screen where you will see all of the users currently in your Discord server. Right now it's only just me because, I just made the server. I invited no one else, so only the owners in the server right now, which is me. But obviously, when more people join, they will be shown right here as well. So what I recommend doing after you've set up your channels and organized them, by the way, very easy to set up a channel. All I have to do is go to the category which you want the channel to be in. So if I want it to be in text channels, then I would click the plus button right here, create channel. You can make it a voice or a text. Text channels are, people can only type there, and in voice channels, people can only talk there. So let's say I want to make a new text channel. I'm going to call it texting, and I'm going to go ahead and click create channel. And boom, we have another channel called texting. You can also add the properties of this channel as well. Change the name, change the slow mode, make it NSW, whatever. But I'll get more into that later. So, next thing you're going to want to do after you set up your channels and categories is go on over to this arrow right here, and then click on server settings, and then click on roles. Here is where all of the roles currently in your server will be displayed. Right now there's only everyone because that's the standard role that everyone has. But you can also make new roles. You can also edit existing roles and their properties right here. So let's say I want to make a new role. I'm going to call it epic role. Alright. You can also change the color to what as well, so we'll go ahead and call it like, epic role, and we'll also add a nice little blue color right here. So once you made a role, there are certain attributes of the role that you can change. Like you can make it so that anyone with this role can deafen members and mute them as well. You can also enable users with this role to manage messages, send TTS messages, webhooks, emojis, etc., etc. And basically, just change the settings of the roles. Make it how you'd like the roles to be in terms of like power. Also, if you have two roles and you put one role on top of the other, then this role will be displayed in front of this role. So what I mean by that is that when you go on your when you go to your name right here and you click this little plus button to add a role, and you click on you and you click on epic role, it will always display you in front of epic role. And to prove this, I'm going to do epic role first and then I'm going to do you. And as you can see, you will be in front of epic role because that is where the two roles are placed in roles. You is above epic role, so you would be displayed before epic role, and so on and so forth with any other roles you decide to add. So roles are pretty cool. You can make them color roles so that they'll be in front of everything, and then the person's name will change to the color of the role that they want and the color they want. And yeah, roles are pretty cool. I might make a separate video all about roles, but for now, we're just covering the basics, so yeah. Then we have emojis. So you can click on this button right here to upload an emoji from your photos. It can be anything you want. Just make sure it's not too big or too small. I believe the maximum Discord size for an emoji is 128 by 128. So make sure that any emoji you're uploading is smaller or of the same size as 128 by 128. So that's about enough for emojis. So moderation. This is basically like who can join the server. So, and it's verification. So right now it's on none unrestricted, but I recommend setting it on at least low or maybe medium. So I'm going to set it on low. And this is a content filter, so you can change these settings to your heart's desire if you want to. And yeah, they're good for different things. So here's the audit log. This will show everything that's happened to the server since it was made. So as you can see, it lists all the changes I made. Like I changed the name of the channel to radio. I changed the channel to audio channels. I created an invite. I made 2 new roles. I updated my roles. I made changes to the server, stuff like that. So it logs just about everything in the audit log as well. Integrations. Yeah, integrations. I don't know that much to say about that. Webhooks. Webhooks. Widgets. So, I believe this is a bit more information about your server as well, so good place for that. And they just added this not too long ago. It's a server template. So basically, this will copy the template. This will make a template of the server you're currently in. So if you're in my server and you hit create template, then it will make a template of my server for maybe someone else to use if they're just starting out as well, as a good little starter for anyone who wants to make a prosperous Discord server. Server boost status. This shows all of the boosts on the server and how close the server as a whole is to certain perks. These perks come with boosting the server with Discord Nitro. Then we have user management. You can manage the members, you can manage the invites, and you can also manage the bans. And all of these should be pretty self-explanatory. Here you can look through all the members and certain attributes about them. Here you can look at all the invite links and how long they were used, when they expire, etc., etc. And then bans, you can see what bans have been made on the server and who they were made to. So yeah, pretty simple for server settings. Not really much else to say about that. Here's where you can boost the server, and here's where you can get an invite link to invite your friends. So right here, it's going to give me an invite link for my server, and you can, sorry about that, and you can copy this link and send it to all your friends if you want them to join. But I won't be doing that for the sake of this video. The last thing I want to mention is bots. So bots are a necessity for any server because they allow things to get done automatically, and they can also make your server more fun in the long run. One bot I recommend you guys get is Me6. Me6 is a great bot for various things like moderation, leveling, certain kinds of messages, stuff like that. So I recommend getting the Me6 bot. I'll have a link to their website down in the description if you want to invite the bot to your server. How you invite bots to your server is there should be a button on the page that'll say invite to server, and then it will open a thing that will say, hey, will you allow us to, add our bot to your server? And I think you have to do a captcha, I'm pretty sure, and then you can accept, and then the bot will appear in your server, and yeah, now it's in your server, it's usable. What I recommend doing for bots is making a separate role for every bot. So yeah, we have the bots role. I don't actually mean like every bot has a separate role. I mean all bots have one role, which will be this one. And you can put the bots role, let's put the bots role like above you, so that when I give it to a bot, it would put it above everyone else. I'm not going to invite bots for the sake of this video, but if you do invite a bot, you can give it that role, and it will have certain permissions that are allowed by you, and also permissions that were required for the bot as well. So a little bit more into channels here. If you edit a text channel, you can actually change the slow mode of the channel. The slow mode of the channel is basically a delay. So if you want someone to have to be on a delay after they send a message before they can send another message, then this is useful for that. So say this was like a suggestion channel, so only like one suggestion is allowed every few hours. You can make it so that the slow mode is like, I don't know, like 6 hours, so that they can't post another message for 6 hours afterwards. And yeah, it's pretty useful for stuff like that. You can also set the channel to an NSFW channel, meaning that the content in this channel is 18 plus, and it shouldn't be viewed by people who don't want to see it. And it's basically just a warning to anyone who wants to go on the channel that this is an NSFW channel. Good for stuff like that if you want to have that channel. This also sort of applies for voice channels, except instead of a slow mode, there is a bitrate slider and also a user limit. This limit will determine how many users can connect to a voice channel at any given time. For example, if I set the user limit to 5 in this voice channel, then that means that no more than 5 people can be in this channel at once. And you'll know that you've set it up when you can see this little number right here next to the channel as well. So yeah, it's basically the basics for how to make a Discord server. If you want me to look over certain attributes of a server in more detail, just let me know in the comments below, and make sure to like and subscribe. Come on guys, we can do it. We're almost at 100 subs, come on. Yeah, but anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed, and yeah, I'll see you guys next time.